Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. What I'm about to reveal today could completely change the way you understand women, attraction, and intimacy. And trust me, this isn't fluff. This is the kind of insight most men will never hear, because it's too raw, too real, and often too uncomfortable to admit. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been talking to a woman, feeling that spark, and suddenly she touches her hair, her neck, or brushes her hand along her collarbone while looking at you? You might have laughed it off, thinking it was coincidence. But what if I told you these small, seemingly innocent touches are her mind screaming a secret desire she can't put into words? The psychology behind attraction is far subtler than you think. Women communicate their desires through gestures, through micro-movements that most men completely miss. And when she touches a certain spot, right in front of you, it's not casual. It's a magnetic signal, an unconscious invitation your brain picks up on, even if your ego doesn't. Here's the truth most men will never realize. Women are hardwired to test men subtly. Touching herself in front of you, adjusting her neckline, or playing with her fingers isn't random. It's a way for her mind to see if you notice, if you feel the pull, if you respond without being creepy or desperate. And if you do it right, if you recognize the signal and respond with calm confidence, it can trigger desire in a way that words never could. But most men miss it completely. They stare at the obvious, ignore the subtle, and then wonder why she loses interest. What's happening here is pure psychology, a subconscious dance of attraction. Her body is speaking a language you can learn if only you pay attention. And the more you understand these small but powerful signals, the more control you have over your interactions. Attraction isn't luck, it's strategy. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what that spot is, why she touches it, and how it makes her crave you without her even saying a word. By the end of this video, you won't just see her actions, you'll feel them, understand them, and know exactly how to respond. So stay with me, because what comes next isn't something you can unsee, and it's not something most men are even aware exists. Now, let's get into the part most men completely misunderstand. That subtle spot she touches, right in front of you, usually isn't random. It's located in an area that instantly triggers intimacy cues in the male brain: her neck, the hollow just above her collarbone, or the inner wrist. These are zones of vulnerability, places that feel personal, almost forbidden. And when she touches them in your presence, her body is saying, "I want you to notice me, but I'm testing if you can handle it." Here's the thing. Women don't always consciously decide to do this. It's instinctive. It's part of her internal system for gauging desire, attraction, and emotional intelligence. If you react with tension, awkwardness, or overt eagerness, her subconscious registers it immediately. Attraction doesn't thrive on panic or desperation. It thrives on calm, magnetic confidence. She's watching not just your eyes, but your energy, your posture, your presence. That small touch is her way of measuring you, of seeing if you can read the invisible lines of desire she's drawing without speaking them out loud. And this is where most men fail miserably. They see her move, they panic internally, and their response is either too forceful or non-existent. Neither works. What she's actually craving is subtle recognition, a flicker of awareness, not a comment, not a question, not a joke, just acknowledgement. Let her feel that you understand the signal, that you notice her, and that your reaction isn't frantic, it's magnetic. That's what plants the seed of craving deep in her subconscious. This is also why timing is everything. If you respond too quickly, too consciously, it becomes obvious. Too late, and she doubts your awareness. The art lies in balance, observing, internalizing, and then letting your presence speak. The power is in restraint. Because the more you can control your own emotions in that moment, the more she feels her own desire intensifying without even realizing why. Think about it. Every subtle touch she makes in front of you is a litmus test of your awareness, your energy, and your ability to handle female psychology without overthinking. Most men fail because they treat attraction like a game of luck, rather than a language you can learn, interpret, and master. But the truth is, these signals are gifts, small, unconscious openings into her mind, and if you respond correctly, you unlock a desire in her that's raw, magnetic, and impossible to ignore. Here's where it gets truly fascinating, and where most men completely miss the opportunity. That touch she makes in front of you isn't just a random gesture, it's a test of emotional presence. Women are wired to notice subtle differences in energy, micro-expressions, and body language. When she brushes her neck, fiddles with her collarbone, or runs her fingers along her wrist while looking at you, she's watching to see if you feel her. Not consciously, not overtly, but if your energy aligns with hers. Think about it. Attraction isn't about chasing her or trying to impress her. It's about creating a space where she feels seen, noticed, and subtly desired without words. That one spot she touches is the most powerful emotional hotspot she has, the area she herself associates with safety, intimacy, and vulnerability. When she exposes it in your presence, she's subconsciously asking, "Do you notice me beyond the surface? Can you sense the pull I'm offering?" Most men either ignore it or react like they've been caught in a trap. Both responses kill desire instantly. What she's craving is simple, yet most men fail to deliver it. Acknowledgement without pressure. A calm, confident awareness that doesn't demand but resonates. If you can hold your gaze, maintain relaxed energy, and respond subtly, through posture, timing, and presence, you trigger a response in her that is physiological, emotional, and subconscious. Her heart rate increases slightly, her attention narrows on you, and her mind begins to imagine a closeness she didn't consciously plan to feel. That's the power of subtle recognition. That's the psychology she's unknowingly testing you against. Here's the secret most men overlook. She's not testing your words, your charm, or your jokes. She's testing your presence. The ability to remain steady while her body is sending a silent invitation. And the more you resist the urge to overreact, the more she's drawn to you. Desire is crafted in the small, invisible moments, in how you carry yourself while she's sending signals she can't articulate. This is why understanding female psychology isn't just about reading her mind. It's about embodying the energy she craves, responding to her subconscious messages, and creating a magnetic pull that feels inevitable. That touch she makes in front of you is your gateway, your opportunity to step into the kind of presence most men never learn. Miss it, and the moment fades. Recognize it, and you ignite something primal, undeniable, and irresistible. Now let's talk about the part that most men completely botch, the response. You've seen the touch, you've felt the subtle shift in energy, but what do? Here's the truth. She doesn't want words, she doesn't want jokes, and she absolutely doesn't want over-eagerness. She wants presence, calm awareness, and a magnetic acknowledgement that says, without speaking, "I see you, I feel you, and I'm not threatened by your desire." This is where so many men fail. They treat attraction like a reaction instead of a presence. They either freeze, overcompensate, or worse, comment on the touch, turning a powerful signal into awkwardness. The key is subtlety. Small changes in posture, micro shifts in gaze, or even a calm, confident smile can communicate far more than words ever could. When she touches that vulnerable spot, if you respond by slightly leaning in, maintaining soft eye contact, and carrying an energy that's steady yet aware, you communicate that you understand the silent language of attraction. That's the signal that makes her brain recognize you as desirable. But it's not just about noticing, it's about energy alignment. She's unconsciously measuring your internal state. Are you calm under subtle provocation? Do you carry confidence without arrogance? Can you hold space for her vulnerability without trying to control it? These are the traits that make a man magnetic in her subconscious mind. And here's the crucial part. The more you embody this energy, the more she craves not just your attention, but your presence. Timing matters. If you overreact, she senses desperation. If you underreact, she doubts your awareness. The art lies in measured acknowledgement. A slight smile, a confident stance, a relaxed demeanor. They tell her, "I understand what you're offering, and I am more than capable of handling it." That tiny moment of recognition triggers dopamine, subtle tension, and an unspoken pull. Her subconscious begins to crave the closeness she just tested, and her desire grows without her even realizing why. This is why learning female psychology is more than strategy. It's mastery over emotional influence. That touch she made, it's a doorway. How you respond determines whether she sees you as another man or as the one who awakens something deeper inside her. Miss it, and it fades like smoke. Nail it, and you create desire that lingers, subtle yet undeniable, leaving her thinking about you long after the interaction ends. Now let's uncover why this works on a level most men never even think about. This isn't magic. It's biology, psychology, and subtle conditioning all rolled into one. When she touches that vulnerable spot in front of you, her body is sending signals that trigger unconscious responses in both of you. It's called non-verbal communication of desire, and it's powerful because it bypasses logic and speaks directly to instinct. Her neck, collarbone, or inner wrist are high sensitivity areas, linked to feelings of vulnerability and intimacy. When she exposes them subtly in your presence, her brain releases tiny bursts of oxytocin and dopamine, signaling excitement, curiosity, and attraction. Your brain picks up on micro cues, eye contact, posture, energy shifts, and responds with its own subtle hormonal feedback. This is why attraction can feel magnetic, almost electric, before a word is spoken. If you recognize it and respond appropriately, you tap directly into her desire system without her consciously realizing it. The psychology behind this is even more fascinating. Women instinctively test men's awareness, stability, and emotional intelligence before allowing desire to fully manifest. That touch is her subconscious way of asking, "Can you handle my presence? Can you respect my vulnerability while still being a source of confidence and attraction?" It's a silent negotiation that most men completely miss because they overcomplicate, underperform, or simply don't notice. But once you learn to read and respect this signal, you step into a space of magnetism that's impossible to fake. Here's the subtle trick most men overlook. She isn't just testing you once, she's watching for consistency. One fleeting moment of awareness isn't enough. She wants to feel that your presence is steady, confident, and attuned. Your ability to maintain calm, magnetism, and subtle acknowledgement while her body sends these subconscious invitations is what triggers deep, lasting desire. That's why a man who truly understands this can create tension and attraction in minutes that others struggle to build over months. Remember, this isn't manipulation, it's awareness. You're not forcing desire, you're aligning with it. You're reading signals, responding with calibrated energy, and allowing her subconscious attraction to flourish naturally. Once you understand this, you'll never look at a casual touch the same way again. Every gesture, every flick of her wrist, every subtle movement becomes a window into what she truly wants, and a chance for you to step into a role that most men never even recognize exists. Now let's bring it all together, because noticing the touch is just the beginning. True mastery is about creating a magnetic presence that makes her want to be near you again and again. When she touches that vulnerable spot, it's an invitation, but it only becomes powerful if your energy leaves a lasting impression. Most men fail here. They notice the touch, maybe respond once, and then fade into ordinary behavior. Desire doesn't work like that. It grows when tension, awareness, and subtle engagement are sustained. Think of it this way. Every subtle gesture she makes is a thread, and your presence is the hand that gently pulls, creating an invisible bond. You don't force it, you don't chase it, you hold space for it. A calm demeanor, a quiet confidence, and an awareness that she's testing your presence sends a message deeper than words. I am here. I understand. I am the man you can feel safe craving. And once that recognition takes root in her subconscious, attraction becomes magnetic. She starts thinking about you, replaying the moment in her mind, craving the awareness and confidence you displayed. Here's the key most men overlook. It's not about manipulation, it's about alignment. When you respond appropriately, you validate her subconscious desires without pressuring her or acting desperate. You become the anchor in the storm of her emotions, the presence she can't ignore. That subtle touch she made in front of you, it becomes the spark. Your calm, confident, aware energy. That's the fire that makes her craving real and lasting. The power of this knowledge lies in consistency. Every interaction, every micro-response, every second of calm acknowledgement reinforces her attraction. Women remember how a man made them feel more than anything else. That fleeting moment of vulnerability she shared becomes a psychological imprint, one that she carries long after you part ways. And if you understand this principle, you hold the keys to attraction most men chase for years without ever finding. So, when she touches that spot, don't panic. Don't overthink. Notice. Align. Respond with calm confidence. Hold space. Let her feel your presence. And watch how the subtle spark she offered becomes a burning attraction she can't resist. This is the hidden language of female desire, and once you understand it, you'll never interact with women the same way again.